Hi, and welcome to RSBox for Dummies. This is a video tutorial series that I am creating aimed towards those who don't have any knowledge of RuneScape private servers or have either never built the project, and of course those who just don't know where to start. In this video, I'm going to be covering the process of setting up IntelliJ for plugin development. Um, in future videos, I will cover the different features that RSBox has to offer in its API, as well as how to create plugins to interact with those to create content for your server. So first thing we're going to do is there will be a link in the description of this video to the GitHub page for RSBox. When you get there, you'll come to a screen that looks like this. The first thing you're going to want to do is head over to the Releases tab, find the most recent release, and under the Assets drop down, there will be two jars, JARs, one named rsbox.server.jar, and then one named rsbox.api.jar. Either of these will work. If you already have one, you can use that. I'm going to download the API because it is a little bit smaller, and it's what we're going to be using to set up our project in IntelliJ. So the next thing you're going to need to do is, of course, have IntelliJ. I recommend it. You could use Eclipse, but the process is a little bit different, and I just recommend IntelliJ. It's a little bit better, and it's as well free, just like Eclipse. So first thing you're going to want to do is create a project. Now, you can either use Java or Kotlin. Personally, I prefer Kotlin as it has a lot of the features Java has, but in a better syntax. So one thing you can do is come down here to Gradle, uncheck Java, and check Kotlin in parentheses Java, because it's going to run Kotlin on top of Java. Click Next. Because it's Gradle, you have to give it a build artifact. We'll just name this Demo, and then Plugin. It doesn't matter. Click Next. I'm going to change the name, of course, to Demo Plugin. This will then create a project. You'll see down here that Gradle is going to start the synchronization. All right, so we have our new project open, and we have a Gradle built. As you can see, it generates a source, main, and then a Java and a Kotlin folder. If you're using Java, your code will go in here. If you're using Kotlin, it'll go in here. I'll demonstrate both. So let's go ahead and add our main class. So I'm going to create a Kotlin class called my plugin. The next thing we need to do is go up to File, Project Structure, and go to Modules. As you can see, we will not have any modules. What we need to do is right-click on the Add button over on the right side and click Add Jars or Directory. We can then go to where we downloaded it from GitHub. That'll be in my Downloads folder under RSBox, api.jar. We can add that. We don't need to check it or anything. We can just click Apply. From here, we can now extend RSBox plugin, if I can type. So it'll be red. If you press Alt and Enter, you'll see an option called Add Library to Class Path. If we press that, it now is underlined, and we can import it with the same Alt and Enter button. We will need to implement two methods, both onEnable and onDisable. These are methods that are called when the plugin is first initialized. There's one more thing we need to do. We need to create a plugin YML. It requires 3 lines, both the name, version, and main. And you can put this in the root directory of your demo plugin. You can put this anywhere, in fact. The next thing we need to do is go to Project Structure under File and go to Artifacts. I already have one. I'm going to go ahead and delete it for the demonstration purposes. So create a new artifact by clicking the plus button and go to Jars. If you've added modules or dependencies, you may want to click this. For now, I'm just going to do empty. I'm going to name this demo plugin. It's going to need a couple modules. If we expand the plugin and expand main, you'll see a folder with a blue dot next to it. It'll say plugin.main. Go ahead and right click and click add to output root. We need to add the plugin.yml file that we created earlier. This can just be added by going to the plus button and adding a file and browsing to that files under the project path. This will just be added manually, which is why it technically could be anywhere on your hard drive. Go ahead and click apply, and we should be good to build the project by going to build and build artifacts. I will let this build. Okay, so it creates a folder under out, which is in IntelliJ orange, and we can see we have demo plugin. If we copy that, I am going to go ahead and start a test server by just running the RSBox server jar. Of course, this creates a bunch of directories and a directory under the RSBox folder named plugins. If we paste our demo plugin there, and we can confirm by opening this in 7-zip that it contains only my plugin class and a plugin.yaml. One thing that we need to do is copy the cache into the data folder. We also need to copy the xts.json into its respected folder as well under the server. Alright, if we go ahead and restart the server running the RSBox server jar, it'll ask me to create So as you can see, I got an error. Invalid plugin exception, cannot find main class, io.rsbox.demo plugin.main plugin. If you notice, I changed the name from main plugin to my plugin in a previous recorded segment, and I purposely did not update the plugin YAML to show some common issues. You will get an error and it won't load your plugin. If we go ahead and update this to the package that is included in this, which as you can see there is none. So this only needs to be my plugin. If we go ahead and go up to build artifacts and build, and then copy the plugin jar to the plugins folder, we can then restart our server and it should load. As you can see, this line right here says loaded 1 total plugins. So our plugin is indeed loaded, and the code that was written in the on enable has been executed. If we shut down our server, either with Control-C, it will execute the on disable. I will see you guys next time in another episode showing you how to interact with the API provided with RSBox to create content on your on your server. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.